Although it has been the goal of some people in your life to break you to feel good about themselves. It's also been the goal of some people in your lives to take everything that you've worked so hard to gain in your life and leave you in a bad spot, in a tough spot. And I want you to know that what God has given you, they can't take it and they can't break it. And I know sometimes it feels like you're being like torn apart, or it feels like that they took advantage of you, and it feels like they've broken you in such a way sometimes that you would never be able to resurface because the pain is so great. But I want you to know, the bigger the pain, the greater the pain, the greater the reward, because they can't take nothing that has been given to you, and they can't break anything that God did not allow them to crack. So you thought it was a break, they broke you. No, God says, I allowed them to crack you open, so the part of you that's not in alignment with God could be released outside of your frame, so that you could align with the real version of who you are as a person. Because I want you to know this too, that person who sat over there and did you wrong and did you dirty, they see that they did not stop you. They understand that even though they may have altered your life for a little bit of time, but because you decided to run to God and not run to them, for them to save you from the pain that you were going through, now they realize that they can't take you, and they can't take anything from you, and they can't break you. And the main ones that sat back and talked about you and did you wrong and did not take you seriously, they regret not taking you seriously, because everything that they saw in you that you didn't quite see in yourself because you were going through a transformation, now they realize that you see exactly who you are, and they don't stand a chance if they were to come up in your face and beg. I want you to understand that they don't stand a chance today, because what they really thought that they would do to you in your life is break you so tough, break you so far down that you would never bounce back, that you would never get your life back. You know the saying, hurt people bleed all over folks and things like that. Because what I realize is that we're all on our individual walk in this life. We have our own journey, our own tests, our own trials that are already preset for us to go through to develop into what we say we want to be. Some of us want to be, self-employed. Some of us want to be successful creators. Some of us want to be able to have the life that God has promised us. But it's a process to that. And I want you to know this, that you can always tell when you are about to get a breakthrough, because people that you thought were cool with you, they suddenly change on you. You can always tell when you're close to a breakthrough, because instead of speaking life into your life, people speak darkness over you. You can always tell, baby, when you are a threat for the enemy, because before you can step foot on that job, the devil and his demons are waiting on you to walk through that front door on that job, because they want to make your life a living hell, because they understand that if you ever just get loose in that job, you will take over the positions in that job. They don't want a child of God to have a thing, because they understand that if you get the power, the world would change for the better. And that's what they do not want. I want you to understand that people want the devil, and people wants this world to stay just dark. And we can't appreciate the light, baby, unless we had to go through the darkness. We had to go through the darkness to really appreciate the light. I want you to think about that on today. That I know sometimes when you are dealing with people in relationships, whether they're romantic relationships or just straight up relationships, a lot of people have to go through things and really learn more really about yourself than that person. That person thought they was using you, but baby, God was using them to help you wake up to your full potential in Him. That's how good God is. Because even your enemies have a purpose in your life, and they're put in your life to help you wake up to who you sincerely really are. So although they tried to break you down, they did everything that they possibly could to talk down on you, They did everything they possibly could to really take everything that you got. All they did was awaken you to realize that you have more than what they thought that you did. And they understand now that you understand exactly who you are. And they can't believe that they didn't take you seriously. They can't believe they didn't take you seriously, because in the mind of a person that's twisted, they feel that everybody's their enemy. And not understanding that the enemy is dwelling on the inside of them. Because us who understand how God really works, we understand that everything that we experience on the outside is pushed out into this environment. As creators, we push out thoughts in the form of faith, and God will clothe our thoughts, and it will just clap back at us and allow us to see, oh my goodness, that really does work. I'm that much like my Father in heavenly places. He gave me that power. See, what they don't ever want you to do is get that power. Get that power to produce from an unseen place into a physical space. So what the devil tries to do is get you caught up in systems, establishments, mindset, brokenness, patterns, cycles. If he can get you in that right there, that formation of dysfunction, then you will never really get it. But I'm here to just keep on reminding you every day so that you can get it. And I want you to know that those folks that did you wrong and talked about you and misused you and did all of these things to you are sitting over there today looking stupid because you turned out a whole lot better than they thought that you were going to turn out. But here's the thing. You ain't even through. You're just getting started, because God is not through with you. He will be always perfecting his image on the inside of you. And they regret not taking you seriously when it came to the things that you talked about your goals, your dreams. They regret not giving you opportunities in those jobs and in those establishments, because they felt that if they never gave you an opportunity, they could always be blessed off of your energy. And the fact that you had to work, they felt like if they could just keep you in a servant position, that you would never be royal in this environment. God created you to be royal in this environment. And the more you continue to learn about your connection with God and about yourself, take courses, read books, sacrifice things to God, the more you do these things, the more powerful you become. Knowledge, spiritual knowledge, is power. Not just any knowledge, because some knowledge is given to you to keep you in systems. But spiritual knowledge, baby, is power. And until the next video, guys, peace. Because I still be believing in you. Have a good day.